Good morning everyone. Today in this video I am going to solve the questions from Ganit Prakash class 7. Here you need to find out the product using distributive property, right? So students, almost you all have the problem in these type of questions. So first type of question is here, when it is given that 42 into 18 is 756, and using this fact you have to find out 52 into 18, right? So what we need to do in these type of questions is you have to split 52 in such a way so that 42 is included in that. Okay, so we will open up 52 as, we can split 52 as 42 plus 10 into 18 will remain as it is, right? Now we are going to use the distributive property, which says 42 should be multiplied with 18 and 10 also should be multiplied with 18, and make sure you are putting plus sign in between. This is the common mistake you people do. This sign, make sure, is the plus sign in between, right? So 42 into 18, now we have got one term and the other term we got 10 into 18, right? So you all know that it is given 42 into 18 is 756, 10 into 18 obviously 180. So after adding you got the answer. So basic thing was we have to use 42 into 18 in solving this, right? Let's discuss one more question of this type so that you will get the more clarity. So 36 into 14 is 504, right? And you need to find out 46 into 14, right? So how you will find out 46 into 14? You will split 46 as 36 plus 10. Why 36 plus 10? Because we need to use this product 36 into 14. So we have to use this. That's why we are splitting 46 in terms of 36 now. Okay. So again the use of distributive property, 36 into 14 plus 10 into 14. Now we will use 36 into 14 is 504 and 10 into 14 is 140. So after adding you got the answer 644, right? Now one more example of the same type. 57 into 12. It is given here that this is 684, right? You need to find out 67 into 12 using this. 57 into 12 equals to 684. So how to solve this? Again 67 in terms of 57. It can be written as 57 plus 10, right? So again distributive property, 57 into 12 plus 10 into 12. You will use this. 57 into 12 is 684 and plus 10 into 12 is 120, right? After adding you got the answer. Now the next is 81 into 16 is given to be 1296. Now using this we need to find out 71 into 16. Now how can we write 71 in terms of 81, right? So this can be written as 71 can be written as 81 minus 10 into 16 as it is. Again make sure you have to write down 71 in terms of 81. Now you have to use your own mind that how can we write it like this. Okay, so 71 can be written as 81 minus 10. Again distributive property, 81 into 16 plus 10 into 16, right? Now these are the two terms of this expression. So now here was minus sign, so in between you have to put the minus sign, right? So 81 into 16 we will get 1296, 10 into 16 160, and after subtracting you got the answer 1136, right? Now let's take one more example again. The given is here that 64 into 13 equals to 832, and using this you need to find out 74 into 13, right? So how can we write 74 in terms of 64? We can write it as 64 plus 10, right? Again we have to use the distributive property, 64 into 13 plus 10 into 13. So 64 into 13 gives you 832, 10 into 13, 130, and your answer will be 762. I hope now you have gained much clarity about these sums. Now I'm going to solve the other type of sums where nothing is given. Okay. So now in these type of questions you can split on your own. How you feel like to split, you can do that. Okay. You will get these questions like using this, solve this using distributive property, or solve fast, or do it quickly, right? So 98 into 18. So how you can split 98 into 18 can be written as 98 can be written as 100 minus 2, right? So 100 minus 2, now again the distributive property, you will use 100 into 18 minus 2 into 18 because there is a minus sign in between, right? So why we have written 98 into 100 minus 2? Because instead of multiplying by 98, it is easier to multiply by 100 and it is easier to multiply by 2, right? So 100 into 18 is simply 1800 and 2 into 18 is 36. Now we can do the subtraction. The simple funda is instead of multiplying, addition or subtraction is easier than the multiplication, right? So that's why we are doing it like this. Now take one more example. Now this is the second type of example where we are doing the sums using distributive property, but nothing is given here. So in these type of sums we can open up with our own mind, but we will try to open up to nearest tens or nearest hundreds, right? If a number is nearest hundreds, we will open it up to nearest hundreds only. Avoid to, like if it is 95, avoid to open it like 90 plus 5. Try to open it by 100 minus 5 because that is the most effective way of doing the sum, right? So 101 into 14. So you will again write 101 into 100 plus 1. The rest of the method is same, but here you can split according to nearest hundreds only. Again it will be the same, 100 into 14 plus 1 into 14. 1400 plus 14 gives you 1414 as an answer, right? Now again one more question of this type. It is, yes, 202 into 19. So 202 can be split as 200 plus 2 into 19, right? So this can be written as 200 into 19 plus 2 into 19. Again it is the same, but only splitting is different here. We have to split with our own mind to the nearest hundreds here, right? Because we need not to use anything given here. So 202 can be split as 200 plus 2, right? So again 200 into 19, you got 38, and this is the plus sign here. Make sure you are using the proper signs. 2 into 19 is 38. When you will add, you will get the answer 3838, right? Now one more example of the same type, 97 into 16. Again you can see 97 can be written as 100 minus 3, right? So again 100 into 16 minus 3 into 16. So 100 into 16 you will get 1600. 3 into 16 you will get 48. And after subtracting, You get the answer 1552. Right, everyone? So just the splitting method is different here. Okay, one more thing, just note here it can come into your mind that you can split 97 as 90 plus 7, but you can simply check when you have to multiply 90 by 16, it will be difficult than the 100, right, everyone? So try to split it as 100 minus 3 only. Now next is 105 into 12. So 105 can be written as 100 plus 5, and when you will multiply it will be 100 into 12 plus 5 into 12, right? So 100 into 12 gives you 1200 and 5 into 12 gives you 60. So the answer will be 1260. So these were all the questions using the distributive property only. Now there are many more sums, like you have another sums of solve quickly or solve fast. So here we have a sum like 25 into 97. So in this kind of sum we can use 25, we can write 25 as 100 upon 4 into 97, and then we can solve this, right? Take another example, you have 125 into 88 into some other number, right? So here again 125 in terms of thousands, it can be written as 1000 upon 8. Yes students, you have to remember this thing, okay, that 125 can be written as 1000 upon 8. So now you can solve. So you will get 22,000. See, we have it has done in less than 10 seconds, right? Take one more example. If we have something like 17 into 50 into 2. So here 50 can be written as 100 upon 2 into 2. So again we can solve this, right? So you will get 1700 as the answer. So I am going to let you know which numbers can be written, which numbers can be written differently in tens, hundreds or thousands to make the multiplication easier. So first is 5 can be written as 10 upon 2. 25 can be written as 100 upon 4. So similarly 250, this can be written as 1000 upon 4. And 125, this can be written as 1000 upon 8. Right? So these are the some numbers which can be converted in the forms of tens, hundreds or thousands. Like similarly 500, that can be written as 50, can be written as 100 upon 2. 500, this can be written as 1000 upon 2, like this. Okay, so in these case, whenever you got these kind of numbers in the product, you have to use this strategy instead of distributive property, right? But yes, you have to make sure if it is given in the question that you have to use the distributive property, then definitely you are going to use that distributive property. So I hope this topic is clear to you all now. Thank you and have a nice day.